because I can just. Testing.
Yep. Because they
Good
need
afternoon,
a power thing up there.
and welcome to the Big Rivers Football League Grand Final day.
Yeah, but my remote just got fucking off now. Look, it's just giving up all hope. That'd be a fucking problem. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie, my remote is fucked. Oh, hey, can you switch real quick?
And now we welcome to the field
That's just doing stuff out.
the Katherine South Crocs.
Wait, can you hear me enough? What are you on a shot of? What? Okay, I got it. No, not this. Fuck. It just auto zooms out now. That's not cool. I just have to hold the remote at a certain position.
Dad, they're going to line up in the answer?
Slave. It just zooms out automatically. See? Look.
Who knows?
I have to hold it there.
Is there something holding down this rocker? No. I don't think I can fix that. Alright, you're going to have to deal with that till half time when I pull the power out, repower it.
Okay. I need like another fucking 10 minutes before the sun is burning on me. I'm kind of worried about my mate because you're always talking to is different from me. Oh shit. I'm on blue. The blue team. Yeah. Camera. I'd like some papers though, some papers this and stuff. It's on your right, or my left. Yeah, but he said he'll have to do it at half.
Can we please have both teams in for the national anthems?
I prefer Mr. Fish. Green team just for money.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please be outstanding for the singing of the national anthem, which will be sung by local Katherine High School attendant Jade Patello.
I mean, this isn't the most elite shot right here. How's that quick? Fucking, the views are just slow. Yeah. We should just get free tickets for like this stuff. Yeah. Surely you have tickets.
Of beauty, rich and rare, it reaches page every stage, and those who share the fair, in joyful strength and let us sing, our thoughts are share the fair.
Red and blue. Hopefully it'll start because I don't really watch that warm up. Now they're going on the sideline, so it's starting straight away. Oh, that's cool. No one watches that here, I think. It's like 7. Got that camera sitting in the the one next to the trophy. Yeah. Fucking land is going mounted onto it. But how do they know which name to put on the trophy? time setting and packing up. Yo, look at all that fucking wind. Shit. Until it comes straight at us. Oh, it is coming straight at us.
For my shot.
Why are there so many fucking umpires? There's equal umpires in both players. This field is small, isn't it? It looks like miniature. It's like a soccer field. Oh, no soccer field. I'm telling you this is the same size as PIO.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no meter mark on it. So maybe there's... Yeah, look, they don't have a meter mark on it. It doesn't say 50. Yeah, maybe they're blind. Yeah, like, but they should have a 50 there, shouldn't they? They have $2.2 million fucking dollars.
Does it always say 50 on it? No, it doesn't. Yeah. Because a lot of the time on the TV, a lot of the shit that's real on the field is just like, yeah, legit, it's like CGI shit.
Yeah, mine's literally just hanging there. Put me camera.
I'm gonna get them coming off the waterway.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Nitmaluk Oval at the Katherine Showgrounds for what is going to be a fascinating Big Rivers Football League Senior Women's Grand Final. My name's Stu Davis. I'm joined in commentary today by Jade Portmans. Welcome, Jade.
Hi, good to be here.
Yeah, so the two form sides of the competition, obviously, Jade, in Katherine South and the Arnhem Crows. Arnhem Crows, the reigning premiers, I believe. Is that right?
Definitely is.
Yep, I think you'd be correct there. And it was such a great game last year, and hoping this one is going to be just as good.
Yeah, so the path into the grand final saw the Katherine South Crocs win the major semi-final, I believe. Is that right?
Yep.
And a close game.
I didn't see that game.
Yep.
I heard it was quite close though, and it was a really great game. So I think today could be quite similar. And then East Side played Arnhem Crows to decide who would be in today, and that was another great game. And Arnhem Crows ended up on top.
Yep.
And so yeah, here we are today.
Yeah. So sunny conditions. Arnhem Crows, of course, minor premiers, but missed out on that major semi-final, but would still come in with a fair bit of confidence today, I would think, and got a pretty strong side in, and lots of local girls from communities all around the Katherine region, Jade.
Yeah, and it's great to see that so many young women are coming in from all over to play in this league. As you said, there are so many that have come in from communities like Nooka, and Beswick and Barunga, and it's just great to see them all coming in and having a go and really loving the game.
Yeah, so I'm interested that some of the Crows players are from Nooka. Of course, Nooka has its own team in the men's league, but not in the women's league. Is that right?
Yeah, I think some of them may have played in a comp last year. I think I did see that some played for Nooka. Whether or not it was in a league such as this. But yeah, it's great that they are branching out and coming into town.
Yeah, and of course they training all over the place and get together on the weekends to play their games. And of course, like most of the country, I think this competition's been affected by COVID issues. Fortunately for us in the Northern Territory, nothing too serious, but it has made the seasons a bit stop-start. But we've been able to get through the final series and culminating in today's grand final here at Nipmuc Oval, the Katherine Showgrounds. And I must say the surface looks fantastic, Jade.
It does. They've just painted up those lines, which look really great. And it's a great oval to be playing on there. They're very lucky.
So it's the Katherine South Crocs in the predominantly red jumpers with black shorts, and the Arnhem Crows in blue, yellow and red. Of course, the Katherine South Crocs, we haven't spoken too much about them, but a number of players in their side do travel from Darwin to play and don't get that continuity of playing every week, but have come together to put in a pretty strong side for this grand final.
Yeah, they definitely have, and as you said, some pretty big players from up in Darwin, and I think for both teams they've got a few in, which is always great, and it's always good to see the type of competition and the type of football that they play up in Darwin. And they bring it here.
So we're just about to get underway. It's the Katherine South Crocs kicking to the left of screen, just waiting for everyone to be in position. And we'll be underway. Conditions pretty warm, a bit of a breeze though that helps us a bit, Jade.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's quite a warm day here in Katherine, as it has been the last few days heading into the build-up. But it is nice, this little bit of a breeze. Hopefully it'll keep it cool out there for those girls.
Yeah, I don't think it'll affect much in the way of the scoring end. Perhaps a little bit towards the right of screen, but we're underway now with the first ball up, and it's the Crows who tap it forward. Eliza Morrison's in the action early for the Crocs. She kicks the ball forward of centre. Hannah Turnbull behind the play there almost takes a mark, gets a hand pass across to her teammate in Aggie Singh, who hand passes out in front of herself, and now tapping the ball along, gets it ball down towards half forward, but plenty of Crocs players around her, and eventually it's picked up, but under some pressure the hand pass comes out. And another good tackle there, and holding the ball this time against Frida Wasomo, and Frida won the medal, as I understand, this year. So the kick goes out wide. Eliza Morrison out there on the outer wing again, but the ball spills inside now, and a quick kick forward. Hannah Turnbull again behind the play, takes the mark, and positioned herself really well for that quick kick forward. So Turnbull now looking to chip the ball in short into the middle of the field, but it's chopped off there by Madeline Teal for Katherine South. She's looking around, taking plenty of time now, and looking for options. Decides to switch the ball back in towards the centre of the ground. Gemma Iacono there in the running first, manages to take possession of the ball and kick down towards half forward. Danielle Wiseman's first there for the Crocs, but she's beaten to the ball in the end by the Crows captain in Teddy Bush. But her kick's chopped off by Eliza Morrison. Morrison kicks in towards half forward. The ball bounces in there. Tackle's laid on Emmy Wesson, but that was high, and she'll take the free kick at half back. She kicks straight down towards the centre square over the top. Iacono again gets the crumbs, kicks forward, but Turnbull again behind the play, kicks towards the outer side of the ground this time. And Aggie Singh's first there for the Crows. Breaks past a couple of tackles, keeps running through the centre of the ground, and kicks long to half forward where it's pretty open. The ball bounces, and players contesting for the ball on the ground now. A strong tackle there on Taylor McPhail, but ball spilt free, and we're just a couple of hurdles for us here. There's some roofs in front of us, but we just try to pick up the play. It's a boundary throw in, but a pretty quick start, Jade, but no score so far. So the boundary throw in now. Slips over the back. First there for the Crows is Tilly Bonson. She gets tackled with the ball, punched further forward by Sheridan Wilfred, but Crocs, it looks like, bringing it out of defence now. It's coming down the grandstand wing, and they've got plenty of numbers here if the ball bounces for them. Or a slight mishandle there, and followed up with a strong tackle that was Madison Home, but a bit too aggressive and in the back, I think, and Frida Wasamo will take the free kick. She plays on straight away and kicks down towards half forward now, but chipping in there nicely was the Katherine South player, and the kick's not the best, and hits the umpire. In fact, play on's the call, and ball's on the half forward line. It's tapped down there now and trickles over, and another boundary throw in between right half forward and the right wing for the Arnhem Crows. In fact, it's the last touch rule, of course, in women's football, so it'll be a free kick this time. The kick's close to the boundary line and, in fact, drifts over, so it'll be a free kick to the Crows this time. And Hannah Turnbull, again, pretty prominent early in the game, will take this free kick. She's looking to go long down towards half forward. Ball slips over the back, and just having trouble picking it up cleanly there, and there's plenty of pressure around the ball on the ground. Eliza Morrison comes up with it, and it'll be a ball up just inside the boundary line at right half forward for the Arnhem Crows. We're 4 minutes into the first quarter, still waiting for the first score of the game. Again, players pile on the ball, and we'll have another ball up.
You can definitely tell there's some nerves out there amongst the women. The quality's just a little bit scrappy at the moment, as it is expected at the start of any final. Hopefully it picks up a bit and one of the teams can score.
Yeah, well, that's true. There's everyone's keen to get around the ball and get a touch, and yes, just if you're not clean with the hands, then that gives the others a chance to catch up and get numbers around the ball. But a nice tap down there and a quick kick forward by Gina Runyu, but it was off the side of the boot and out of bounds, and it'll be a free kick to Katherine South deep in the back pocket, and it's Gemma Iacono going to retrieve the ball down there, and she'll be the one to bring it in. Gemma, of course, plays in the NTFL Women's League for Darwin Buffs. She kicks short to Eliza Morrison, and Morrison kicks the ball further down towards half-back off hands. A strong tackle there. Players slung out of the way. Turnbull gets a hand pass forward, but only as far as her opponent, who was quickly swamped with the ball, and now through the hands, and an opportunity to clear it out of defence, but unfortunately just slipped out of the hands of Fiona Joshua there, and over the boundary line for another boundary throw-in. Hear the wind in the microphones now as the boundary throwing goes over the top of the rucks there, and a high tackle has been found, and a free kick for Katherine South once again, and it's Iacono between half-back and wing. She chips short and finds her teammate there, Bridie Williamson.
One thing Crocs do really well, I've noticed, is they make a lot of space and take those double leads for the perfect kick.
So the ball loose in the centre of the ground. Morrison again gets a hand pass across to Iacono. She quickly kicks the ball forward, but the mark's taken at half-back for the Arnhem Crows, and the opportunity to mount another attack, and kick goes over the players there and bounces, but nicely picked up, and a short pass chopped off again, this time by Runyu. Punched the ball forward, but again a free kick's been found, and it's going to Gina Runyu, who's been around the ball and plenty in this opening minutes. Kicks forward, and the ball goes over the top of the pack, bounces a couple of times and out of bounds inside the forward 50, about 25 metres around from the Arnhem Crows goal. So plenty of pressure on whenever anyone gets the ball, and ball's thrown in and deep in Arnhem Crow's forward line now. Tapped backwards there, but ball slips out of the hands. Some boots going in. Play on's the call, and picked up eventually back there by Gianna Hansen, but knocked out of her hands, and umpire's letting it go a bit here, hoping that the ball comes out and get the ball moving, but it's again towards the top of the goal square for the Arnhem Crows. Picked up by Morrison. She gets a hand pass across as she's tackled there, and clearing kick comes down to half back, and a nice mark taken there by Daisy Fotopoulos. She looks to switch the ball across, but Hannah Turnbull again gets in the way, takes that mark, plays on straight away, kicks deep into the forward line, and a beautiful mark taken down there by Aggie Singh, and she'll go back and might just about be within range to have the first shot at goal. She should be kicking from just over 30 metres, I would think, so taking plenty of time now. And kicks on its way. It's going towards the top of the goal square. The ball's loose out there. Iakono again for the Crocs is first there. Gets a hand pass out under pressure. Taps the ball forward again and off the ground, but well read by Morrison, who hand passes the ball out. Iakono back to Morrison. They're working it between themselves, and now Morrison runs out of defence with a bounce. Kicks long forward of centre. Over the back, Crows are pretty well set up, and the switch kick comes out. And it's Wasomo here with plenty of space, takes a couple of bounces as she comes down this grandstand wing into the forward line. The kick's inside forward 50. And again tapped, but under pressure the kick goes out of bounds on the full, and the Crows will have another opportunity to take the ball in towards their scoring area. Just waiting now for the ball to come back in. It's Aggie Singh once again for the Crows. She kicks the ball high and deep into the forward line, but Katherine South well set up behind the ball there, and the mark's taken, the kick comes out, but only as far here as Aggie Singh once again. She's marked it, plays on quickly, kicks on the outside of the boot across the goal. Oh, the mark couldn't quite be taken there. A kick off the ground. Plenty of players around the ball. Another kick off the ground, this time by Sheridan Wilfred, and goes through for a behind, and the first score of the game goes to the Arnhem Crows. It's a minor score, and after 10.5 minutes of play, we've got a behind on the board, Jade.
Yeah, finally. And Aggie Singh, as you said, she's a key player at the moment in that forward, and is one of our NTFL Waratah players. It's come down from Darwin. You can tell by her skill level and her ability to read the ball that she knows what she's doing, and she's played a bit of footy.
So it's the Crocs trying to work the ball out of defence on the outer side of the ground. They managed to get it right up to the wing there, and Turnbull in there again. Ball spills out of her hands. She tried to kick it off the ground, but couldn't get her boot to the ball, and players over the ball, and we'll have a ball up on the centre wing on the outer side of the ground. Turnbull wins this hit out, tries to follow up her own work. The ball's loose on the ground. She's in strongly with the tackle, holds the ball in, and is rewarded for that tackle. And it'll be free kick to Turnbull once again on just forward of centre on the outer side of the ground. She's looking to move the ball in deep and quickly. Oh, terrific mark taken in front of the pack there by Janita Robertson, and she's taken the mark just inside forward 50 at centre half forward. She's looking for options further afield, kicks short and finds her teammate there in Gina Runyu, and she's probably about 10 metres closer to goal. And as we said earlier, the breeze may be slightly assisting that end. The kick's on the way now. It's a good looking kick. If it's got the distance, I think it has. Just clears the players on the line, and there's the first goal of the grand final. It goes to Gina Runyu of the Arnhem Crows, and they've started really confidently, Jade.
They have, and that'll be such a good goal for her. It's only her second year playing with the Arnhem Crows from Barunga, and a 16-year-old. She's got a long way to go in footy if she keeps it up.
It's fantastic, and she's been prominent early in the game, had plenty of touches and made good position there, took the mark, and then was a really confident, strong kick, and that's a terrific finish, and just the start that the Crows were looking for in this 2021 Big Rivers Grand Final. So we've got an infringement in the setup here, so it'll be a warning this time. And we get underway again now. Ball up. It's a strong punch forward by Bridie Williamson of Katherine South, but in there for the Crows was Emmy Weeson. She kicked it forward off the ground. Hand pass comes out wide towards the boundary line. First there for the Crows is Frida Wasomo. She runs away down that half-forward flank, centres the ball in towards the top of the goal square. On the end of this one for the Crows, it's taken by Sheridan Wilford, but unfortunately she didn't get enough elevation on the kick, and just working her way across there was Matisse Hunter for the Crocs, and managed to get her hand to it, and a minor score only, but they're starting to dominate the field position forward. Eliza Morrison trying to play a bit of cat and mouse there, got the hand pass across, and the kick comes out to half back, but again it's Aggie Singh taking that mark. She plays on now, runs inside forward 50, kicks long towards goal, but just offline on the near side. So after it took us 10.5 minutes to get the first behind on the board, the Crows have really started to pepper the goal area. Only one goal, but a few points, and the Crocs will be looking to just arrest this attacking momentum that the Crows have got. Iacono kicks it out over the back, and nicely taken there by Williamson. Williamson kicks long to half forward. Worked her opponent under the ball there was Lucy Burno, got the hand pass across. Sam Clark kicks long to half forward. But the siren goes to end the first quarter here of the 2021 Big Rivers Football League Women's Premier League Grand Final, and it's the Crows off to a bit of a flyer with 1 goal 3 on the board, and Crocs yet to score. How have you seen it, Jade?
Yeah, well, the Crocs definitely haven't made it easy for them. For that, well, most of that quarter, the ball was down in the Crows forward line, but Crocs, didn't really let them score, and that pressure it's reflected on the scoreboard. So hopefully they can keep that up and maybe get a few points and goals on the board themselves.
So we'll take a break now. We'll be back for the second quarter of this Big Rivers Football League Grand Final. At quarter time, it's the Arnhem Crows by 9 points.
First quarter of footy in the 2021 Big Rivers Women's Grand Final. Arnhem Crows 1-3-9. Lead the Crocs yet to score. Just a reminder that the canteen is open at the top of the grandstand. There's chips, Powerade, cold water, steak sandwiches, sausages. And also a reminder we have a great little kids area set up out the back with a fantastic.
Easy W's, my log one.
Yeah. In the shade finally.
Oh, my G, thanks on my head, boy. Very faint and
Welcome back to the second quarter of the AFLNT's coverage of the 2021 BRFL Senior Women's Grand Final. You're here at Katherine Showgrounds thanks to NITV and Katherine West Health Board.
It's been a great start to the game, Jade, and Crows, as we said, have got the jump, but if there's any breeze, I think the Crocs are probably going with it this quarter, and of course we know that they're a capable side, won the major semi-final, and will be looking to hit back on the scoreboard early in this second quarter. As plays underway, Eliza Morrison, who's had plenty of the ball, picks up and kicks forward down towards half forward. Hannah Turnbull again behind the play down there, couldn't pick the ball up between her legs. Eventually the kick comes out of defence for the Crows, but that's going to bounce over the boundary line, and it was Tiana Kurabara who had that clearing kick, but it'll be a free kick this time because it's outside the 50 arcs, and Elena Goldback-Eggart with the kick. She's looking to keep the ball close to the boundary line. Morrison there under some pressure gets a hand pass across. Quick kick forward by Stephanie Stewart down towards half forward. The Crows were first there through Unika Silva, but she couldn't control the ball. A toe poke comes out now, and a quick kick forward by Madeline Teal. Falls into the hands of Danielle Wiseman. She kicks towards goal. It's bouncing, it's bouncing, it's bouncing back towards the goal, and a bit of a right angle at the end, but into the padding of the goalpost. And that's Katherine South Crocs' first score of the game. It's a minor one, and they've got the ball in their forward area early. Kick out from defence, goes close to the boundary line. That's going to go over the line, and just a matter of whether the fullback came out of the goal square. It's going to be Katherine South Crocs' free kick down there, and Sam Clark it is who chips in short looking for Morrison. Morrison deep in the pocket, switches the ball in towards the top of the goal square. Hand pass across from Stewart, but it's the Crows who managed to win the ball out and out of defence, and now Aggie Singh down there across half back has a bounce. She gets swamped by a couple of players and just tried to take it on a bit too much then, I think, and Gemma Iacono for Katherine South rewarded with the free kick. She's kicking inside forward 50 now, deep down towards the goal square. Nice hand pass out. Wiseman again with a quick kick forward, but ball's on the ground loose. It's forced out of the pack there, and eventually off a couple of players' legs, and bounces over the boundary line. So a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for Katherine South. So to throw in now, ball slips over the back, tap forward, and nicely taken down there by Philly Palapamini. She kicks the ball out towards half back. And again, Singh there just overran the ball this time, and Iacono picks it up and drives Crocs forward again. Wiseman over the back of the pack has a quick kick towards the goal, but nicely chopped off down there by Nina Balambara, and she kicks it out wide. Wasomo again goes for a run, has a couple of bounces. She has a third bounce in front of the scoreboard on the outer side, ducks back inside, has a fourth bounce, and then kicks forward. It's pretty open out there on the outer wing, and leading in a race with the ball was Greta Bailey-Preston, but it's Crows who managed to get the ball forward down towards half forward now. Crocs have some numbers there, but Crows holding it up, and we'll have a ball up right on the 50-metre line in Arnhem Crows attacking half. So the ball up now. Comes to ground, and Tiffany Tipakova gets the ball straight across the ground at half forward. But Crocs seem to have the numbers there, and Iacono gets a quick kick forward. That's nicely chopped off by Singh once again. Aggie Singh kicks deep into the forward line, but it's all Katherine South Crocs back there, and they managed to work the ball out of defence. Nice kick there, and by Gretel Bailey-Preston, and Iakono kicks in towards Morrison, who takes a nice mark running backwards and under a bit of pressure. She kicks long. She's got players out the back here if they can work it out between themselves, but a bit of a collision between two Crocs players there, and the ball spills free, and Turnbull over the top of it now. Quick kick forward by Anna-Marie Collins, and the mark's taken down here by Janita Robertson. So Robertson just outside forward 50, kicks inside 50 now, working back for for Katherine South was Matisse Hunter, but couldn't take the mark. And some strong work, sees the hand pass comes out, and a quick kick forward, but that was a bit of a crude tackle and push in the back, and it'll be a downfield free kick, and Iakono will take this free kick at half-back for Katherine South. So Katherine South have opened a bit better in this second quarter, Jade.
Yeah, they definitely have, and I think the nerves are all shaken out and they're switched on.
So down towards half forward for Katherine South now, and hand pass comes inside, but some strong defensive work, and Crows managed to bring it out of defence. It's out in front there of Tippa Kalippa. She couldn't handle the ball cleanly, tried to kick off the ground, and we've got a bit of an incident behind play. I think the whistle's gone, the play's stopped, and a bit of push and shove, and I think the umpire will pay a free kick down the field from where that incident's taken place, and it's Katherine South who will take the kick. And kicking across the ground towards the grandstand side of the ground, just run onto the ground was Laura Quigley. She runs onto the ball now, picks up, gets a hand pass inboard, but misses her teammate there, and swooping on it over the back is Gina Runyu, picks up nicely, has one bounce, ducks one way then the other, got caught with the tackle, managed to hand pass it out, now taps it forward, and picked up by Wendy Turner. Her kick was smothered, and Morrison again for the Crocs comes out of defence, gets a hand pass across to Stephanie Stewart. Stewart kicks long, but ran out of space there, and it's out of bounds on the full, on the wing in front of the grandstand here at the Katherine Showgrounds. So the kick in by Emmy Wesson, hand pass forward by Goldberg Eggett, but again it's Crows first there. Turnbull gets a hand pass to Wesson, but it's Goldberg Eggett in there again, gets a kick forward. Madeline Teal runs onto it, takes it off on the bounce, and just swooping across half back there is Teddy Bush. Tapped the ball in front of herself, picked it up eventually, now is off with a run, has a bounce, running through the centre of the ground, kicks beautifully forward of centre, and finds her teammate there with a beautiful pass, and it's the Crows going forward towards half forward, just through the hands there in the marking contest, and Crocs with the numbers. Morrison picks up eventually, kicks the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Running across there was Wasomo. She couldn't get control of the ball the first time. Picks up now and strongly tackled. The ball spills out. Another strong tackle, but this time it's just too high. And it's Tiana Kurabara who will take the free kick just on the defensive side of centre for the Crows. She kicks high forward of centre, and coming across and taking a nice mark is Janita Robertson. She's looking to move the ball on quickly, kicks straight down the middle of the ground, and marks almost taken there by Sheridan Wilfred, but good defensive work, and Letitia Thompson gets the ball out of defence for the Crocs. Turnbull in there, strong body again for the Crows, but Crocs are taking the ball away, and Morrison gets the hand pass across, this time to Daisy Fotopoulos. She gets the ball forward to Madeline Teal, who's tackled with the ball, and umpire judges she's caught with the ball, and it'll be a free kick to Tilly Bonson. Bonson looking to take the Crows forward. Kicks down towards half forward, and Runyu again takes a mark. She's kicks long inside forward 50, down towards the forward pocket. And
great mark by Connie Maxwell there.
fantastic, made great position and took the mark confidently. She's deep in that forward pocket though, Jade. I don't know how she'll go with this shot at goal. So Maxwell just comes round a little bit on the mark, kicks towards goal. It's falling short and right on the behind line there. Katherine South get it away, but it's back into Maxwell's hands again. Gets a hand pass across. Quick kick forward down there by Raisha John Forrest, but now a kick by the Crows. I didn't see who that was. Might be Philly Palapamini. But it's a minor score only to the Crows, so they've held on pretty well because the Crocs have had a fair bit of the ball, Jade.
Yeah, they definitely have, and they're feeling a bit of pressure. But the Crocs are doing really well, staying on their player and always, there for the ball and the pickup when it's on the ground.
Another terrific intercept mark there by Turnbull. She kicked the ball forward. Strong from behind was Rebecca Dennis. She kicks the ball towards goal. It bounces straight past the Katherine South defenders and through for a goal, the first goal of the quarter. And the Crows players love that, as they should. And perhaps a bit of a fortunate one, but a great goal nonetheless. And they extend their lead out to 15 points. As we go late into this second quarter. So Rebecca Dennis that time for the Crows. So a little bit against the run of play, I think, Jade. Crocs seem to have most of the play in this quarter, but Crows with some strong work behind the ball, kept pumping the ball in for the last couple of minutes and managed to get the goal on the board, which is a really valuable one.
It definitely is, and it's showing they're really fighting for that ball and they're fighting for this grand final win, and they're proving themselves as it's seen on the scoreboard.
So back in the centre of the ground, it's a beautiful hit out there, and Runya gets the hand pass forward, but Morrison sweeping behind the pack, picks it up for Crocs, gets the hand pass to the advantage of her teammates, but they just couldn't pick up the ball there, and the kick goes to the outer side of the ground. And it's Arnhem Crows going forward once again. Some great skills there by Frida Wasomo. She kicks long down towards the goal square. The ball's bouncing towards the forward pocket. It's Dennis there again for the Crows. She manages to get her hand pass back inside. It was picked up by Fiona Joshua for Katherine South, and she gets the ball nicely to the advantage of Stephanie Stewart. She's collected late as she kicked that ball, and it'll be a free kick downfield. And Katherine South Crocs looking to move the ball forward and make some impact on that scoreboard. The kick's wide towards the boundary line. Turnbull again coming across, gets a hand to the ball just inside the boundary line, and it's tapped over, and we'll have a boundary throw in. So Stephanie Stewart it was with that free kick. She's been pretty prominent in the game as well, playing down there. In the ruck this time is Madeline Teal, and she got the hit out, picked up off the ground by Goldback Eggett. She kicks down towards half forward. First there is Wiseman for the Crocs, but she was under plenty of pressure, and toe poke forward by Laura Quigley. Sees the ball over the boundary line just inside the forward 50 for the Crocs, and another boundary throw in. So 13 minutes gone in this second quarter. The almost siren time, I would think, as the boundary throwing comes in. Taken out of the ruck down there by Tilly Bonson for the Crows. Turnbull found the ball in her hands, kicked the ball out of defence but over the boundary line. And again, it's a free kick under the last touch rule. And Stephanie Stewart with the free kick again for the Crocs. Her kick's close to the boundary line, but nicely marked down there by Morrison. Morrison moves the ball on quickly. It's deep in the forward pocket. Goes over the top of the players contesting there and bounces out of bounds about 10 metres around from the right behind post for Katherine South Crocs. So boundary throwing now Plenty of players around the ball. Ball's tapped over the top. Morrison's lurking behind, waiting for it to come out. Trying to break out with the Crows there. Turnbull in there again, gets another kick out of defence. This time Crocs have got some numbers there, all waiting for their teammate to go for the ball, and in the meantime Runyu comes in and makes the play, taps the ball in front of herself, now gets a hand pass out to the advantage of her teammate, but Aggie Singh couldn't pick it up that time. But now the Crows, magnificent one-handed mark down here right in front of the commentary position, taken by Anna-Marie Collins. She moves the ball on quickly down towards half forward. Getting in under the pack there was Connie Maxwell again, but got worried out of it. And now an opportunity for the Crows through Aisha John Forrest. Her kick is chopped off though, and Morrison gets a hand pass across to Matisse Hunter. Matisse Hunter kicks wide to the outer side of the ground, where Sam Clark's first there for the Crocs, but again it was Matisse Hunter who came in to help. She got caught in the tackle. And now the Crows go inside forward 50 once again. And again, it's Raisha John Forrest down there, but Crocs with the numbers work the ball out of defence. And the mark's taken by Iacona on the outer side of the ground. She chips in to Eliza Morrison. She's just inside the centre square, and she kicks long towards half forward. Ball spills over the back, and an opportunity here for Laura Quigley, but she leaves it to her teammate down there, and Wiseman, I think that was, who kicked it, but the kick was chopped off by Unica Silva, and she just slows things down, settles it down at half-back for the Crows, and looks to switch the ball to the grandstand side of the ground. As the siren goes for half-time, and as much as Katherine South Crocs had plenty of possession of the ball, Jade, it was the Crows who again kicked the only goal of the quarter and extended their lead. Yep, they definitely used that quarter to their advantage and have given themselves a pretty healthy lead into half-time. Hopefully the Crocs can come back and, use that ball time to their advantage and hopefully get a few more scores. Yeah, well, obviously half-time an opportunity for the coach to reset and get the players back on track, but certainly they're not out of the game. It's a 15-point margin, only the 2 goals in the game so far, and obviously they come into the grand final with some pretty strong form, so we look for them to hit back on the scoreboard in the second half. So we'll take a break and we'll be back for the third quarter of this Big Rivers Football League Grand Final.
Half-time of the 2021 Big Rivers Grand Final, thanks to Katherine West Health Board. Young and Crocs out the Crocs, 2 goals through 16. Lead the South Crocs 1 point. A reminder, women's game, we have presentations on the presentation of the best on ground. And then at 6 there, we have the senior men. A replay of last year's Grand Final, the Katherine Camels versus Katherine South. The canteen is open at the top of the grandstand. It's cold drinks, hot food, chips, lollies, cold water.
certain suspect. Solana and Ripley.
And we're back into the third quarter of the AFL NT's coverage of the 2021 BRFL Senior Women's Grand Final here at Katherine Showgrounds, Nipmuc Oval. We have the Katherine Crocs and Arnhem Crows. Arnhem currently up 16-1. It's been a great first half for the Crows, that is, and let's hope that Crocs can pick up this half.
Yeah, it certainly has. A bit of a surprise, perhaps, with the Crocs having won the major semi-final by 12 points. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. So the Crows have taken it all before them here, and plays underway in the third quarter. It's the Crocs who've trying to work the ball forward. Eliza Morrison over the top of it there, but picked up there by Hunter. That quick kick comes forward there by Fotopoulos, but it's a free kick to Katherine South Crocs, and Stephanie Stewart again kicks forward towards half forward, and Eliza Morrison has worked her way forward to get on the end of this one and take the mark. She's looking for options deeper forward now and goes down towards the goal square, finds a teammate down there in Gretel Bailey-Preston, and she takes the mark probably about 15 metres out on a slight angle, and a real opportunity here for Katherine South to get their first goal on the board. And her kick's on the way now. It's swinging back, but not enough, and just misses to the left-hand side. So a pretty promising start, but the Crocs would be disappointed not to get a goal on the board with that forward entry.
Let's hope that they can use the advantage of it being in their end and turn it around.
So ball's back into play now. Aggie Singh flies for that one, hits the ground pretty hard, and play on the call. Morrison picks it up, tries to sneak one through behind the Crows player, but unable to do so, and off hands. It goes through for another minor score, and Teddy Bush brings the ball back into play towards the outer side of the ground this time. In there first for the Crows was Unica Silva, and the kick comes back across towards half-back. Mark almost taken there by Monet Hunter, but spills now, and quick kick out sees the Crows with plenty of space out here. Picked up by Wendy Turner. She kicks the ball along the boundary line, but nicely chopped off down there by Fiona Joshua. Kick the ball back inside the centre square, and a tap comes out. Hunter gets a hand pass forward, and now picked up by Lucy Burno. She hand passes forward, but intercepted there by the Crows defence. Hand pass over the head, bit of a speculator there, and Eliza Morrison on the end of it kicks the ball towards half forward. But again, it's the Crows well set up in defence, and Wasomo takes that mark. She chips across the ground, and it's picked up out there by Tiana Kurabara, and she was tackled as she took possession of the ball, disposed of it incorrectly, and it's Katherine South through Alina Goldback-Eggart with the opportunity to go forward again. She goes high, deep into the forward line, off the hands, ball hits the ground. Wasomo picks up, she's tackled and gets a hand pass out, and now taken here by Burno, gets a hand pass across to Morrison. She kicks towards goal, but Hannah Turnbull lurking back there, picked it up on the bounce and cleared it out of defence for the Crows. Aggie Singh back in action again, took the ball, but got tackled, but butters up with a tackle of her own. That's a really good tackle on Daisy Fotopoulos, and Aggie Singh rewarded there for holding the ball free kick. Singh now kicks long down the line again, but reading the play well, as she always does with Gemma Iakono. She just runs away now, plays on with the bounce, kicks towards half forward, picked up down there by Stewart. She's got a free player forward and finds her teammate there in Danielle Wiseman, and so Wiseman takes the mark, probably 25 metres out from goal on a slight angle. Coming in now, her kick's on the way. It's going close to the line, just off hands. The ball stays in play, in fact, and now it's the Crows through Mina Bush, who gets the kick out of defence. Out there is Goldback-Eggart for the Crocs. She pumps them forward again. It's a long flying shot towards goal, but offline and misses everything, out of bounds on the full next to the behind post. So all the play in Katherine South's forward half in the first few minutes of this third quarter, and it'll be a kick in by the Arnhem Crows captain Teddy Bush. So she's looking across goal here, which would be a dangerous option unless she can find her player. Runyu's there, couldn't take the mark. Morrison swoops on it. She's tackled as she picks up the ball, gets a kick forward. Hannah Turnbull behind the play. Picks up now, gets a dribbler kick forward, but Wasomo gets on the end of it, and she breaks past a couple of tackles, has two bounces running out of defence, a third now, ducks back inside for a fourth bounce, and kicks wide towards the outer side of the ground. But first there for the Crocs is Sam Clark. She chips the ball forward, and Gianna Hansen there manages to work it forward. A strong tackle once again, and holding the ball, free kick is paid, and it's the Arnhem Crows who stop that forward entry again from the Crocs. So the kick out there by Unica Silva to the centre of the ground, but again Iakono read it well and bursts through the middle of the ground, has a bounce, kicks deep into the forward line, off the hands of the pack. Hand pass comes out, in fact it was a throw, and it's a Crows free kick. Hannah Turnbull wants to get the ball on quickly. She runs away and kicks the ball down to the centre of the ground and into the reliable hands there of Janita Robertson. Robertson's kick goes down towards half forward and really battling hard for the ball on the ground, but Delia Arfat just couldn't get the ball free from her opponent, and it'll be a ball up. So no one really contested the ball in the ruck there. It's picked up for the Crocs by Matisse Hunter. She gets a hand pass under some pressure. Eliza Morrison's in there. She got caught high, and she also plays on quickly with a bounce. She's got Iakono short here, finds her now, chips it across Iakono, hand passes back to Morrison. Morrison again through the hands, this time to Lucy Burno. Burno hand passes the ball forward, but the bounce doesn't favour her teammate, and running through out of defence is Mina Bush. She gets swamped by some Crocs players there, and the ball gets held in. And another bounce here, so pretty frenetic early in this third quarter, Jade.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's, you know, Crocs have the control of the ball, and then Crows come back, and their defence is just so strong here.
So Wiseman with the hand pass, but Stewart's kick was smothered, and Bush with the ball in front of her picks up now, ducks back inside cleverly, and kicks long down the line, but it's all Katherine South down there. And Goldback Eggart takes the mark and plays on, kicks long back in towards half forward. And Jana Hansen was there, but it spills out now. Wisomo and Morrison do battle, and some help comes in from both sides, and the ball's trapped in underneath. And yeah, Wisomo and Morrison, just a couple of the players really working hard for the duration of this game, running up and back. But Iakono swoops onto this one at the back of the pack, kicks towards goal. It's a great kick and a great finish, and Crocs are on the board with their first goal of the game, and it took Iakono coming up from half back, I think, to read the play as she has done all day, and just kicked truly from about 30 out. So a great finish, and that really tightens up the contest, Jade.
Yeah, an amazing goal, and it's something the Crocs have definitely been holding out for. Hopefully this will give them a bit of a fire in their belly and get them pumped up to keep getting a few more scores, because they definitely have that control of the ball. They just need to transfer it into the scoreboard. So it's scoreboard reads Arnhem Crows 2-4-16 and Katherine South Crocs 1-2-8. But Crocs with that last goal, and now with a big punch out of the ruck by Bridie Williamson, force the ball forward. She follows up her own work, picks up and kicks down towards half forward, and finds a teammate in Jana Hansen. And Hansen marks inside forward 50. She kicks the ball quickly, looking for Wiseman down there, off the hands of the pack. A quick kick forward, but play on's the call. The ball hasn't travelled far enough, and the Crows looking to work it out of defence, but Morrison's underneath this one. Eliza Morrison kicks the ball back into the goal square. Off hands, the ball's loose at the end of the goal square. Working hard down there is Kooraburra for the Crows. Now a kick off the ground by Teddy Bush, goes out towards the boundary on the other side. Bush follows up her own work, ducks around one tackle, loses her footing and hand passes forward. And now it's Katherine South again going forward, but Hannah Turnbull's camped herself deep in defence in this third quarter, and she's had plenty of touches and takes the intercept mark again this time. She's looking to play on towards the grandstand side of the ground, but hasn't got many players there, but Aggie Singh she has got, and she takes a strong contested mark. She plays on straight away and kicks to space down the outer side here, but unfortunately it was too wide and the ball bounces over the boundary line. And again, it's Katherine South Crocs who'll take the free kick, and ball's coming here to Sam Clark right in front of us here on the scoreboard, but her kick misses the target unfortunately for the Crocs, and chipping in was Janita Robertson. Took a great mark, and now she's looking to send the Crows forward. Kick falls short of the pack down there. Strong tackle on Sam Clark once again, but illegal is the call, and Clark will take the free kick. She's got Iakono out wide, ignores that, goes into the centre of the ground, and she finds Goldback Eggert there
right in the centre of the Katherine Showgrounds oval. She kicks the ball down towards half forward, but again, a nice mark taken under pressure by Janita Robertson, working back with the flight of the ball. She's screaming at her teammates to move towards this grandstand side of the ground, kicks the ball long. Mark almost taken there by Singh, and free kick's been found. It's going Singh's way, but too close to the player on the mark there. The kick's smothered. She butters up again under plenty of pressure, taps it forward, picked up down there by Goldback Eggett. She kicks the ball forward, but across half back, nicely read by Anna-Marie Collins. She picks up and kicks down towards half forward. Now here's an opportunity for the Crows if they can get their hands on the ball, but working hard in defence was Sam Clark for Katherine South. And they bring the ball away again, but this time it's chopped off by Philly Palapamini, just defensive side of centre. She kicks straight down the middle of the ground, but it's all Katherine South players in there, and toe poked off the ground by Goldback Eggett. She follows up and gets a quick kick forward. But, ball's just missed there, took her eyes off the ball, but Anna-Marie Collins recovered well and got the kick forward. So the ball loose right in front of the grandstand. It's picked up down there by Janita Robertson. She's tackled with the ball, and the free kick is paid to Eliza Morrison. Morrison has a free player lurking at centre half forward, sees her at the corner of her eye and ignores it and goes down the line instead. Turnbull standing strong under the ball, doesn't take the mark, but it's taken there by Mina Bush. Mina Bush breaks away and kicks down to the centre of the ground. Tap forward there by Tiana Kooraburra, but unfortunately for her, the Crocs players came in and the kick came forward from Goldback Eggett. Picked up by Wiseman. She hand passes the ball inboard. Picked up nicely there by Fotopoulos. She got a hand pass under pressure. The ball's loose at the top of the goal square for Katherine South. It's picked up and a strong tackle. Play on's the call. Kicked off the ground and through for a minor score. So plenty of action down there in the forward half of Katherine South, but a minor score again. But gee, they've really worked their way back into the game, Jade. Yeah, they definitely have, and you can show their hunger for the game, and that they, are not going to give up that easy, and it's going to be tough for Arnhem Crows, and that's exactly what we want for this game, for this grand final. Yeah, it's a fantastic climax to the season, and could go either way at the moment. Aggie Singh just ball spilled out of her hands, and Matisse Hunter got the kick inboard for the Crocs. Again, good tackling, and the ball spills out. Eliza Morrison gets a hand pass across nicely to Monet Hunter. Monet Hunter's kick down to full forward, but the ball's chopped off down there by Anna-Marie Collins. Again for the Crows. She goes straight down the middle of the ground. A couple of players there, but plenty of red jumpers as well, and the tap goes forward. Hand pass out by Connie Maxwell, but only as far as Goldback Eggett for Katherine South. She kicks right down towards the goal line, but again, the Crows, well organised in defence, managed to clear that one out and get it outside of defensive 50, where it comes off a few players' hands and will be a boundary throw in. So we're 14.5 minutes into this third quarter. Can't be too much time left, and we've got a 7-point ball game as the boundary throw in comes in. Ball hits the ground. Morrison is there, bounces into her hands as her kick goes forward, and no score results out of that. So a pretty lively third quarter, really entertaining, and Katherine South Crocs have really worked their way back into the game, as we said, Jade. Yeah, they're definitely fighting for this one, and they're not going to give up easy, and I have a feeling that the last quarter is just going to be more of this, and yeah, they're not going to give up that easy. They're going to put in that fight. Really looking forward to a grandstand finish here. 7 points the margin at three-quarter time, with the Katherine South Crocs on the march back into this game. We'll be back after this short break.
Check good down. Arnhem Crocs 2 goes 4 at 16. Leave the South Cannon Crocs 1 goal 14. A reminder after this one, the men's grand final starting at 6:30 after the presentations for the women. Between the Katherine Camels, Katherine South.
Nick.
Let us know if you want to share too.
Yep.
Good.
We've had a credit card handed in up here for Miss Katherine Katherine. If you're not supposed to start, please go and get it.
All right, we're back for the last quarter of an absolute ripper grand final here at Katherine Showgrounds. Celebrating and covering the 2021 BRFL Senior Women's Grand Final, thanks to NITV and Katherine West Health Board.
So just a correction on the scoreboard in the break and an extra behind, which could be really important for the Crocs. So it's one straight goal the difference as we start this final quarter. Free kick's been paid, the advantage has been paid, and Bridie Williamson drives it forward for Katherine South, who are trailing by 6 points as we go into this final quarter of the season. The chip pass across is a good one, and Gina Runyu plays on straight away, straight down the ground, and kicks into the hands of Aggie Singh, who plays on straight away. Bit of a goose step there. She's run a fair way with the ball. Hand pass is forward now. Hand pass comes back to her. She has a snap at goal, and what a finish that is. Goal of the season contender. A magnificent effort. Started deep in defence for the Arnhem Crows, and a bit of magic a couple of times by Aggie Singh, and she finishes off with a goal, and that's just what the Crocs didn't want, and obviously the Crows did to start the final quarter.
What an amazing piece of play, and Aggie is such a key player for the Crows, and they'll be loving that goal.
So 2 goals the difference. Just on the replay now, you can see she hooked around the corner. Goal square was pretty vacant, and backed herself in from a long way out. Dodged a couple of players and had a couple of disposals, and finished with the goal. So a flying start in this final quarter, and Katherine South with it all in front of them now. Eliza Morrison runs onto the ball, eventually gets a hand pass out as she's tackled. Again, the ball's loose on the ground. A toe poke forward by Monet Hunter. Chopping across half back is Mina Bush for the Crows. With the ball in front of her, picks it up, kicks to the outer side of the ground, and out there is Sheridette Wilfred. She runs past the ball this time, but puts the pressure on as she comes back into the action. Ball on the ground, spills over the boundary line on the outer side of the ground, and it'll be a boundary throw-in. So that early goal means the Crocs need a couple of goals to win the game, and none of the teams have kicked more than one in a quarter so far. So all the work for them to do, the Crocs, and the ball's loose at half forward for the Arnhem Crows now. The long kick comes in, and over the back, a couple of grabs at it. Tiffany Tipikalipa takes the mark, and she goes back and steadies things down for the Arnhem Crows. The Katherine South defenders working their way back, but a few Crows players working in now. So Tipikalipa, her kick's on the way. It's going to go right to the goal line. It's going right the way through. A fantastic finish. So, wow, what a couple of incredible goals to start this last quarter. And that one from long range, following the magic of Aggie Singh before it. And wow, that's opened up a really handy break for the Crows, Joe.
It has, and what a great goal there. Tiffany comes from Tiwi Islands, but is currently at Nooka, and this is her first time playing footy competitively. And with a kick like that, you'd think she'd been playing forever.
It's amazing. She always had the confidence going back, and yeah, she made the distance pretty easily in the end. So margin sneaks out to 18 points, and again the Crows out of the centre. Hand pass across from Philly Polipamina to Aggie Singh. She goes for a run again, ducks one player, and another kicks long towards half forward, but I think she's been pinged for running too far with the ball here, and so the ball's coming back to centre half back for Katherine South Crocs, and free kick will be taken. Just waiting for the ball to get to the right player's hands. It's going to be Madison Hone who'll take the free kick at half back. So yeah, Aggie Singh really starting to light up the ground here in this last quarter. Just a bit over enthusiastic that time, ran a bit far, and Maddie Hone's kick comes into the centre square. Player looked to be almost tackled without the ball there. Free to Asomo. Play on's the call. The ball spills out the back. Morrison picks it up, swings around on that left foot, kicks down towards half forward. The ball slips over the back where Danielle Wiseman's first onto it. She picks up. She's looking backwards now for support. Gets the hand pass back, looking for Goldberg Eggett. She couldn't take the ball cleanly, and throw's been paid here, and it's going to be Katherine South with the free kick. No one stood the mark, so Eliza Morrison played straight on with a bounce, kicks long towards the goal line. The mark's taken down there by Lucy Burno. She tries to improve her angle here, and she's done pretty well with that. She's going to have the set shot, and a badly needed goal here for Katherine South. The kick's on its way. It looks like it's just snuck in. It has. And that's one of the goals they need to peg back this margin. They worked the ball really well there, Jade, and finished with the goal that they desperately needed.
Yeah, that was amazing by Lucy. Another first-year play here for the Crocs, and with skills like that, you can tell these girls work really hard in their trainings and their skill development to have shots like that.
So after one goal for each of the first three quarters between the teams, we've got three in the first 5.5 minutes of this final quarter. So the game's really opened up. Skills coming to the fore, and it's a fantastic exhibition of women's football here in the Big Rivers Grand Final. Iakono with the ball in front of her, gets a hand pass out. Morrison picks it up, has to step backwards to avoid her opponent. Her kick slews off the side of the boot a little bit towards the outer side of the ground. First there is Daisy Fotopoulos for Katherine South. Ball on the ground and toe poked off the ground, and now Tilly Bonson with the chance, picks it up. She's tackled but manages to get the kick forward, but Iakono's parked herself behind the ball, read it well and kicks the ball forward. Mark Spilt there at half forward and on the ground again, and now Crows with some numbers looking to tap the ball forward, but again it's Goldback Eggert for Katherine South, who kicks the ball in towards half forward. Hand pass comes out here and a long shot towards goal, but the ball bounces in the forward pocket for Katherine South, and Hannah Turnbull kicks the ball off the ground in front of herself, follows it up, but the ball dribbles over the boundary line and it'll be a free kick to Katherine South. Just got outside defensive 50, and the kick comes forward, and another mark taken here, and again it's Lucy Burno who scored that previous goal, kicking from a similar position, perhaps a little bit further out this time, and so she's kicking for her second of the quarter. The kick's on its way. It's just narrow side, I think, and a minor score only. So plenty of scores coming, and Arnhem Crows looking to stem the tide and steady things down as we hit the 7.5-minute mark of this final quarter in the grand final. Hannah Turnbull down there, plenty of experience, taking plenty of time, bringing this ball back in. She runs out of the goal square now and kicks long towards half-back. She's looking there for Aggie Singh, but she had plenty of opposition players around her. Picked up down there by Madison Hone. Her kick goes across the ground. She follows it up herself, taps the ball forward. She's there again, but kicked off the ground by Unica Silva and in towards the centre of the ground. Ball's picked up by Sam Clark, but she's tackled straight away. And no free kick paid. Oh, there is a free kick paid in the end. And it's going to go Sam Clark's way. I think the players are a bit confused by the call. In fact, it's going against her for holding the ball. So it's Wendy Turner who'll take the free kick right in the centre of the ground for the Arnhem Crows. She kicks straight down the middle of the ground. The ball slips over the back. Aggie Singh's there again. Kicks the ball from 50. She's got a couple of players inside forward 50. Through the hands. It's the Crows with the opportunity off the ground. A toe poke by Rebecca Dennis, but into the goalpost, unfortunately for the Crows, and it's a behind. And Katherine South, I'm sure, will be looking to move the ball pretty quickly and get the ball back into play. We've got a bit of an injury here, and play's being held up. It's all good now as Rebecca Dennis gets to her feet. And we can restart from the kick in from defence. Eliza Morrison on the end of it. Spilled the mark, but had plenty of time. Plays on straight down the ground, but Aggie Singh's there. Ball's spilt, unfortunately, for the Crows, and now wrapped up in the tackle was Sam Clark. And we'll have a ball up inside forward 50 for the Crows. Ruck contest there. The ball spills to ground, and a long kick forward. The Crocs players get in each other's way a bit, but are able to work it out in the end and work the ball out of defence. And Sam Clark kicks towards the outer side of the ground, outside of the defensive 50 for Katherine South. Quick kick forward, and now another one by Fotopoulos. But she's infringed after she kicked the ball, and she'll take the free kick towards the outer wing, just inside the centre square. She's called to play on now, gets the kick forward, Sings underneath it, but Iakono comes in and takes clean possession, kicks long down towards centre half forward, but again, it's the Crows well organised in defence. The hand pass went astray, unfortunately, by Teddy Bush, and now Katherine South with the chance. The hand pass goes forward. Teddy Bush is in there again for the Crows. She picks up this time. She tries to break a tackle, manages to, and now kicks the ball into the centre of the ground. Aggie Singh sitting under this one right in the centre circles. Plays on with a high kick forward of centre. Runyu underneath that one, gets worried out of it. And Clark with the kick forward down towards half forward. Lurking across half back was Teddy Bush again. She clears it out of defence. And now Anna-Marie Collins picks it up, has a bounce for the Crows on the outer side of the ground, has a second bounce down towards half forward, chips the ball inside forward 50, Iacono works her way across there for Katherine South and gets a clearing kick, but again it's chopped off across the centre of the ground, and the Crows will bring it straight back in. Kick down towards half forward. Ball on the bounce off the ground. Morrison's in there working with Goldbag Eggett. And some Crows players, but a toe poke off the ground by Katherine South, and the ball's free inside the centre square. Looked like a high tackle there. That's the way the umpire's seen it. And it'll come back for a free kick to the Crocs just inside the centre square on the defensive half for Katherine South. Bridie Williamson, she's got a couple of players on this side of the ground. She switches straight across to Monet Hunter, who's got some space. She plays on straight away, going for distance there with a long kick down. Hannah Turnbull again works her way across, read it well on the bounce, clears it out of defence, but the contest here on the wing, cleverly done there by Monet Hunter. Tapped it across to Bridie Williamson. Williamson's got a player in some space at half forward. Gretel Bailey-Preston, if she can pick it up, she does now. Gets her kick forward, and it's going to fall into the hands of Danielle Wiseman down there. And Wiseman takes the mark about 25 metres out directly in front. And she's calling for players to get into the goal square just in case she doesn't quite make the distance. But she'll go back and have the set shot now. And with the margin at 11 points, they need a goal here. The kick's on the way. It looks pretty good. It's just drifting across and short and offhand. It's rushed through for a behind. So, Jade, have they got time to get the couple of goals they need?
Look, I think they do. And with Danny Wiseman down there, she's their leading goal kicker with 11 goals in 5 games. So, you know, it's pretty good when it's in her hands if she can use it the way it needs to be, but I think they have a chance if they can lock it in there.
Oh, well, they certainly have now as the kick intercepted and the kick on goal. Oh, just offline to the left-hand side of the post. And that was Matisse Hunter, who read the play well, but just couldn't quite finish, unfortunately, for Crocs. And that scoreline of 2-7 with the inaccuracy that's come in this second half is starting to cause them some problems. Runyu there is first to the ball, taps it out in front of herself, but again it's the Crocs there and an opportunity. Oh, strong tackle, the ball spills out. Wiseman's in there again, just having trouble picking it up. It's picked up now and a quick towards goal again by Matisse Hunter, and again it's missed to the left-hand side. And so they've had plenty of opportunities in these last few minutes, but just haven't been able to kick that goal that they've needed to kick-start the comeback. So.
Well, they're really not giving up. They are trying their best to lock it in there and pick up every crumb, and they just need to use it.
So the kick towards the outer side of the ground. Turnbull out there just couldn't get her hands on the ball, and there's a couple of Katherine South players, but they've given away the free kick here, and Turnbull has been... No, it's the free kick's against Turnbull, and Katherine South with the opportunity again. Kick comes in towards full forward. Morrison's worked her way down there. She's on the bottom of the pack here, and a free kick's been found, and it's going to go to Morrison, so she'll have that set shot from only about 10 metres out on a 45-degree angle. And wow, she kicks this one. We're less than a goal in it with not much time left on the clock, but there's been a few goals scored this quarter. Morrison's kick is good. It's through, and the Crocs aren't out of this game. And we're back to a 3-point margin deep into this final quarter. And, gee, there's plenty of tension in the crowd and lots of support for both sides. Of course, the Crocs have got the men playing after this, and Arnhem Crows with huge support down here on the boundary line. But it's the Crocs right back in the game, just a few points down, and they've kicked the last 2 goals of the game. And we'll be looking for the centre clearance here, Jade, to get it straight down and another goal on the board. Yeah,
they've really crawled their way back and, you know, not given up, and it's you know, been such a great quarter, and let's hope that they can use this.
Bridie Williamson with the hit out, and ball, no clean possession out of the centre, and again there's players in there. The hand pass comes out eventually, but again the tackle's on, it slips out the back, and now an opportunity for Katherine South, but Tackled with the ball there was Morrison as she tried to break the tackle, and that's a settler for the Arnhem Crows. And they'll be looking to keep the ball in the hands if they can. Go with the hand pass. Long kick down the line. Ball's forced forward. Iakonu's in there. Morrison's in there. She hand passes forward. Again, the hand pass forward. And another hand pass out wide. And the Crocs are moving the ball forward now. Long kick down. Turnbull makes her way across. The bounce doesn't favour her at all. It's picked up down there by Gretel Bailey-Preston. She's tackled with the ball, but tackled around the leg. It's the call by the umpire. And she'll go back. She's 150. She switches the ball into the centre of the ground. Morrison's there, but runs past her. She lays the tackle now, but the tackle's broken, and the Crows bring it out of defence. First there for the Crows is Collins, but she couldn't take possession. Bridie Williamson hand passes back. Clark kicks it forward along the ground. Cutting across there is Mina Bush. She can't control the ball. It's loose on the ground now. In there again, the Crows work hard in defence. A hand pass comes across. Tackled with the ball, and now Iakono pumps it forward, inside forward 50. It can't be long to go. Oh, siren's gone just as Matisse Hunter picked up the ball to have a shot at goal, but the Crows have hung on in an absolute thriller. Jade Dortmans, what a fantastic game of football, fantastic advert for women's football in the Big Rivers League.
Oh, it definitely is, and as you can see, the celebration from the Arnhem Crows women and all the community that have travelled from, you know, Nooka, from Minieri, from Beswick, Barunga, all over here to watch, you know, these women play. They're, you know, people's mums, aunties, daughters, sisters, and it's just such a great example for the future generations. And what a ripper game, and how lucky we are to be able to, you know, be here and witness this.
Fantastic game of football, and it was in the balance right until the end. And as we said, you know, Katherine South almost had an opportunity with the last kick of the game, but Siren just beat them, and the Crows have hung on. Been some really good players today, Jade. I don't know where the medal goes, but gee, there's been some fantastic performances today. Any that you'd like to mention now out of the two teams?
Aggie Singh, you know, definitely a star player for the Crows, and Teddy Bush in their fullback, you know, she's just a killer down there and reads the play so well. And yeah, the Morrison as well for Crocs. It's going to be hard. It was such a great game, and both teams played so well, and yeah, really fought to the finish and didn't make it easy for either.
Oh, that's right, and you know, just unfortunate there has to be a loser in games like this, but either side would have deserved to win, and it's the Crows who've come out on top, and you see their crowd out there now. They're really excited, and why wouldn't they be? But a really brave effort by Katherine South Crocs, and they lose no respect today either.
Yeah, it was an amazing game of footy today, this afternoon, down at Nipmaluk Oval, and the men's game, I feel, is going to be another ripper to watch after this.
We look forward to that. Thanks for your help today, Jade. It's been a terrific game of football. Really enjoyed it, and hopefully the next game is just as enjoyable and competitive. So from Jade Dortmans and I, Stu Davis, that's it from the Big Rivers Women's League Grand Final. Arnhem Crows coming out on top by just those 3 points. Thanks for your company, and look forward to the men's game.
presentation, by the way.